gentlemen, we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Storytime. I am your host with the most, Brother B. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, right along with me. So, today, ladies and gentlemen, I got a good story for y'all. I'm doing one of those hard knock life stories that, like, the trenches, you know, when I first got started in the game. So, this story dates back into my very, very beginning weeks. I think I probably had just did appliance repair for like 1 month. Just like 1 month I had did appliance repair. And right now at this point, you know, I'm getting calls from like lead generators and you know, I'm paying up the yin yang for leads, but hey man, I had quit my job and I was sink or swim. So like I went all in, all money in. Well, I got a call this particular day about a Samsung. Not cool. Now, this was early, 2012, 13. Like no one was really messing with Samsungs like that in my you know, tutelage days. In fact, everyone was saying to avoid them and duck them. And which is not the case now if you brand new, don't do that. But anyway, you know, I'm trying to make it. I'm strapped for cash. Like every little dollar counts, you know. And I hear my counterpart saying like, "Nah, stay away from that. It's all electronic and stuff. It's a nightmare." But in my head, I'm like, man, I need the money. So anyway, I remember the call. It was a Filipino lady. See, in San Diego where I was, it was a lot of Filipinos. And shout out to all the Filipinos out there, man. That's one dope ass race, man. Beautiful culture, cool as hell. So anyway, the lady, she calls me right on the name of the lead gen was called Appliance Appointment. So I get the call, and right in my head, right away, I'm like $17 down the drain. So, and you remember, you know, you're trying to make a profit. You just start, and you know, you left everything you were secure with. You left everything that you felt comfortable with to explore this new endeavor, you know, alone, sink or swim. And you know, every dollar counts. And here you are now, you get your first Samsung, but in your head you're like, damn, that's $17 for this thing. And you probably got a bill already of like $544. So, you know, and your bank account's probably just barely above a couple hundred, you know, and you got parts you gotta buy. It's just so stressful. I remember them early days, man. It was tough. But anyway, the lady called me, right? Filipino lady. I forget her name, man. I wish I could shout her out. And she would let me too. That's how nice she was. I remember she was like, "Oh, hi, I got a Samsung not cooler. This is the French door." And I'm like, "Man, that's the big one." And I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." Like, I'll go look at it. She was like, "Okay, no problem. Here's my information." I was like, "All right, cool." I pull up, right? Man, let me explain something to you. I knew absolutely nothing at what I was looking at. Number one, I don't think I even seen one ever in real life, period, to begin with. You know, prior to that, you know, I lived in apartments and stuff, so I had like, you know, top mounts and maybe side by side and a house or something, but I know Samsung like that. But when you open up the doors, these lights and LEDs, and you're like, oh, wow. And that animal is not cool. I did not know where to begin. Everything under the sun. I did not know where to begin. So, you know, right away I get on the phone with my counterpart. Shout out to JP, man, out there in Cali. In fact, this story time is derived from he and I's episode. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put the link in it. We spoke this story on Shop Talk, which was a great interview. Check it out. He started his business with $500. Again, dope interview. I'll put the link in the description. But anyway, I call my partner, JP, right? I'm like, hey, bro, this thing ain't cool. But I don't even think JP knew really for real what he was up against. He was like, yeah, what is it? I was like, man, this is Samsung. He was like, all right, take the cover off. Put your hand on the compressor. So I was like, all right, cool. So I did, but I didn't feel the compressor at all. And he was like, oh, you don't feel compressor? And I was like, nah. He was like, you hear the fans? And I was like, yeah, I see the fan next to it spinning. And he was like, but you don't feel the compressor? And I was like, I don't know if I do or if I don't, because it was vibrating, but it wasn't vibrating because it was moving. It was vibrating because of the condenser fan. And I didn't know. I was like, man, I don't know. It kind of feels like it is. He was like, does it feel hot? And I was like, I don't know. I kind of feel it. He said, don't worry, I'll go take a look at it. So when he gets here, you know, he's like 2 months ahead of me. You know, so he comes and stunts on me, right? He got on like the protective knee pads and stuff. Now he started out the mud just like me, and you know, I still had like the Walmart starter kit, you know, like the rinky-dink stuff and the school book bag. Like I was still in that phase, but he had just did enough now where he started putting money back into his business. So when I called him, he's like, all right, I'll go check it out. Stay there. So when he comes with the knee pads and the little pouch and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's looking like the roll, right? So the Filipino lady's like, oh, you bring your friend? And I'm not trying to say that like, you know, to mock her culture, nothing, but like that's really how she talks, and I love her to death, right? So I was like, yeah, that's my partner right there. You know, he works for Samsung, and he gonna, you know, help me with it because it's a little heavy to pull. You know, no problem. So I was like, all right, cool. So I look at JP. I'm like, what's up, man? So JP gets back there, and he starts feeling the compressor. And then he just stops the condenser fan motor, right? The blade. And then he doesn't feel it moving and it's cold. He's like, it's not even hot, man. It's not even on. You was feeling the vibration from this. And man, I felt so stupid. Number one, I should have felt stupid for not having the right game plan, theory, and all that. But I didn't even know that was a thing yet. So, nonetheless, I'm like, damn, bro, I didn't even know. He was like, don't worry. I got something for this. So we tell the lady like, alright, you know, we're gonna need to do something to the compressor, whatever. I think it was just a 3-in-1 that needed or something, right? No, it didn't need a 3-in-1. It did not need that. But he had did enough like standard 134A, 120 volt. 60 hertz American and Rocco compressors that you can get away with throwing a 3-in-1. But this was variable speed. And I'll tell you about how we determined all that later. But anyway, he was like, oh yeah, we could do this right now. Something like this here. I ain't gonna say the number, but you know, it was a nice number because think about it. $17 for the call. You know, he gotta get his little cut, you know, and I ain't mad at him, you know, because if I went out there, I would want a little cut, you know, and then, you know, I'm gonna get something too, you know, so we kept, but we ain't do the lady no injustice, you know what I'm saying? Let's put it this way, it was under 300, but anyway, and this was Cali too, and the thing about the area we was, it was money out there, so, long story short, now, the lady's like, yeah, go ahead, do it, no problem. And man, my boy goes to his Toyota Corolla, man. My homie had a Toyota Corolla, 4-door. It was red, but by this time it was like color wine. That's my JP, I love him. But he goes to the back seat, right? He opens up the door, and when he opens up the door again, you know, he's just, you know, crapping all over my operation, right? Because he he invested like in little like trays and stuff that he can like open out and pull out drawers, and I'm seeing him building stuff, stockpile up. And you know, part of me too though was like cheerful for my guy too, man, because I was like, damn, you know, that was motivation. Cause in my head, I'm like, damn, if my homie's doing this, you know, I know I'm gonna do this too. But still, like, I felt so inept. You know, like I felt so like behind the 8 ball. You know, like my man was just like, he was on his game, you know, and I seen him start where I started while we was in school. So long story short, he's in the back seat and he's pulling out like the 3-in-1, right? So he get him a 3-in-1, and we go back into the unit now. And in my head, I'm already spending this money. I'm like, alright, so I'm gonna get something like X amount. Alright, cool. I know what I'm gonna pay with that. You know, I gotta put something. You know, so I'm already doing my calculations. So here we are, and we go ahead and we plug in the 3-in-1, and then all of a sudden, we turn it on. That compressor turned on for about, I want to say, it's the Samsung, their refrigerators take a long time to kick on, you know? So imagine like if when you first started, and this gonna hit if you really like went through this, but like when you first did your first few Samsungs, and when you plug them in, or LGs, or anything that takes a delay for that compressor to turn on, and you worked on it, and you done quoted the customer, and they're around you, and they don't know that it takes a few minutes to turn on. Every second is like an eternity. Every second. You don't even want to be a fly on the wall. You're just waiting. I'm looking at JP. He's looking back at me. We just got our hand on that compressor. We're just waiting for it to kick on. And lo and behold, fans. And we hear a little more. And all of a sudden we hear bang. Like but an electrical one. Ah! Compressor went to crap. He was like, oh. He was like, alright, don't worry. Preliminary test, you know. Give us a few minutes, we're gonna look at it, whatever. My heart went to my gut. My heart went to my gut. Because in my head now, I'm like, damn, we destroyed this fridge. Like, what's going on? Like, what do we do? Oh my God. The situation is going worse. I see the despair in JP's face now too. Put it this way, if we was in karate, I was like a white belt, he was like a yellow belt. You know, he had more seniority. But I seen the fear now in his eyes too. He started looking like a white belt. And but he had like he had like a mentor and what. Again, check the episode out. So this story could make kind of a lot of more sense if you want the real backdrop of it. But anyway, it's called his mentor. His mentor was telling him, speaking to him in Spanish. He was telling him like, hey, you gotta try this, try that, and blah 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 blah. But long story short, we couldn't get it to work, right? So we told the lady like, man, you know, like, I had told JP, I was like, yo, bro, you think we should tell her though that we was the ones who, you think we destroy her compressor? Like, you think we should tell her like, yo, we may have broken the compressor? But he said something small, but he was like, but yo, bro, we don't know if it was broken to begin with. And I was like, what was that spark? And legitimately, my homie didn't know. And not that and it was ignorance. It's not that he was being a douche and he was trying to conceal his mess up. Nah, that man didn't even know what he did. None of us, not even the lady knew what we did. But what we did was we destroyed, probably more than likely, looking at it now, the inverter board. So now we tell the lady like, nah, we can't take your money, you know, we can't fix it. Look, we're gonna give you the number for Samsung. Why don't you try to give them a call directly? You know, we won't even charge you for the service fee. mouth dropped. And she ain't asked for it back or nothing. And gave us food. Man, I love it, man. Yeah, man. Long story short, man, that's that hard knock life, trials and tribulations, man. And that's when we need to, like, pay attention to the compressors and see what you're dealing with. You know, you can't throw 3-in-1s at whatever. That won't work. But again, y'all, like, let's analyze this story, though, you know, and let's look at it, you know, and let's draw from number one. You know, it's all fun and giggles then, but you know, I was in somebody's house, man. You know, what if that lady would have got some sort of professional and then come behind us and seen that we had cut relays, and you know, I don't think we would have left the 3-in-1 in there, but maybe he would have seen like the Ziploc bag of, you know, the little bag it comes in, or maybe we would have left like the wiring or something, you know, just something, and he would have kind of pieced together like, man, did they put like a little black kit? Maybe they put the wrong, you know, I don't know. Maybe he could have, or he would have looked at the inverter board and seen it was blown up or something. If that was it, or the board, but one of those two was the ones that blew up for sure. And maybe he could have like, you know, threw us under the bus, and maybe that could have escalated. She could have said, look, I messed up my refrigerator. You gotta buy me a new one. You know? And the thing was, we ain't even seal systems. Me or JP at that time. So it's not like we could have just been like, buy what? We'll just put in a new one, no problem. But you know, we didn't have that confidence. Again, we was like pups in the game, you know. And you know, my message, like, you know, the little gist of this story, to whoever it touched, is like, be about your money, man. And I know that you're gonna want to go get it, man. And it's hard out here. And I know that, you know, while certain people may shy away from things, you'll be more anxious to take on things that you probably ain't never seen or suited for, or even think that will come across your plate. But because of necessity and because of your grind mentality, you're gonna go get it. And man, I was getting AC calls, and I wasn't even contracted. I think this exceeds the limits of statutation, so I can say this. But man, I remember going on. They would be like, "Hey, you do AC too?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Because I went to AC school. But man, you learn theory there. Now you're in an industrial site, 3 stories high on the roof, trying to figure out which one of these outside units is for the thermostat in the 6th floor. Like, come on, man. You know, I was way out of my thing for trying to take on bite more than I could chew. So to, you know, guys that's about their money and want to get it, like, go ahead, man, and do it, but stay within like what you signed up for, you know. And because you put yourself into things that you're not really ready for, you could end up doing more harm than good. But another thing to draw from that story, man, is like my whole diagnostic approach. Like, number one, I was completely out of all type of, you know, guidelines for touching that machine. I was a novice. You know, now, man, it's no excuse, man. You know, definitely can get the best, you know, at tmmacademics.com. But even if you don't want to go there, you can go on YouTube. You can go. There's other courses out there, other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you should. There's no excuse not to just show up like empty-handed. You know, there definitely wasn't all that back then. You know, it was just the PDFs, the manuals, the 87-page ones. And if you didn't have a Connect or you wasn't tapped in with Samsung, you wasn't gonna get access to that, man. So, you know, you had to try to figure it out. But now, there's no excuse, man. You can get that information, you know. You definitely should learn your theory, man, and learn how that system operates and learn the nuances of it before you get there. You know what I'm saying? Not just a little general overview, just, like how this thing works, you know? And really tap into it. Respect your craft, respect your you know, what you signed up for. But another good thing too, another thing to draw from this story too is, admit when you outclassed and outmatched. Do it with your head high and humble and just keep on pushing. But like you can't figure something out, you go to the customer. I apologize. It's a little complex, something I've never seen before. I don't feel comfortable taking your money and promising you on something I can't deliver. So I won't waste no more of your time. Forgive me. Let me find somebody else. It's as simple as that, man. Not all money's good money. And then, I guess last, man, when customers see you really trying, and that lady saw it in my face, man. When I got there, I was all sweating and trying to push every button. I was on the phone with JP. I was spinning this fan and that fan. I'm over here trying to look under the fridge, on top of the fridge, or everywhere. I probably spent 4 or 5 hours in that diagnostic. And I think I only charged her like $45 for the diagnostic or something. Because that's how much it was back then. It was cheap. It was like, $45, $50 for the diagnostic. Now it's $89, $100. But it wasn't like that back then. But yeah, there y'all have it, man. I hope y'all like my Hard Knock series of Storytime. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys for riding with me. And as always, if you like it, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll keep delivering these debacles of mine, since that's what you guys want to hear. And if you want to hear other stuff, and don't forget more podcasts, reaction videos, call-in hour, tech talks. I am your host with the most, Brother B. And with all that said, love, peace, and harmony. Guys, listen, let me make an announcement too. August 15th, we're doing our 5-year anniversary on this channel. Meet and greet, alright? Please come tap in. It's going to be out here in Hollywood Beach, alright? It's on a Sunday. So, it'll be a full day event, barbecue. Rick said I could drink it on, so it'll be a lot of that, And, we're going to have a good time and just really congregate, man. It'll be August 15th. So come tap in, email me. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you the address and stuff, the details as you arrive. But summertime, come tap in. We're going to have gazebos and all, the tents and all that. And we're going to do something for the audience and for the subscribers. And, man, I like this is our chance to meet in real life. So that sounds like something. Please come tap in August 15th, alright? Well, there I have it, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host with the most, YouTube's premier Off the Clock appliance repair talk for Off the Clock appliance repair techs. I'm your host with the most, signing out.